Hi, my name is Mitch Donovan, and with this video I'm going to show you how to unpack and set up and plug in everything that comes along in the lecture recording kit. So let's go ahead and get everything out, and I can start setting everything up. So now that we've got all of the equipment unpacked and on the table, we can see we've got everything, went through everything that we're supposed to get in our kit. First thing I'm going to do is set up the tablet. So with the tablet, you have a choice of either having the buttons on the right or the left. Personally, I like to have my buttons on the right side of the tablet, so I'm going to keep them over there. And the tablet also comes with this kickstand. So the kickstand has 3 different tiers, with the lowest, the medium, and the highest. I personally like to have it at this lowest tier, but if you like to have it a little higher, that's up to you. So what I'm going to do is, you see this notch on the very bottom, and there's one on the top too if you decide to flip it. But for me, I'm going to have it down here, and I'm going to slip this notch right into the middle, kind of at an angle, and it's going to have a little pop. Then slide that top tier right in the top there, and when you put it on the desk, it should make for a nice firm, there shouldn't be any slipping. The next thing I'm going to do is plug, get the cords together for it. The tablet comes with this, what I like to call the Hydra cord, because it has 3 heads, although if you want to get more accurate, I suppose a Cerberus is, I've been told, is better. But it's up to you. So the tail, you'll see, has just one head to it. This goes directly into the tablet. Since I have the buttons on the right, it plugs in on the left. And on the head, we have 3 different plugs. One thing that might trip up some of you is that the tail of the cord is actually able to plug into one of the heads, and like so, and that's not going to do any good. Just make sure that the tail, this one single head, is plugged into the tablet, and what you would have possibly plugged in there is actually going to be our power source. So we take the power cord, you might need to flip it over a couple times if you're like me. There it goes. We're going to take this power outlet and plug it directly into the wall. So that's one of our 3 heads dealt with. But where do these other 2 heads go? Well, one you can see is an HDMI port, and we have a dongle here for that. And so that plugs directly into this dongle here. And then the other side of this dongle, we're going to plug into the laptop later. And that leaves us with just this USB, which we're going to be plugging in to a USB hub in just a minute. So with the tablet taken care of, I'm going to start plugging in the camera and the microphone. The microphone comes on this little silver shield. It can fold out, and you can turn it around depending on what your preferences are. You can either just have it sitting right next to the tablet and out of the way, or you could hinge it on top of the laptop like this. That's typically where I like to have it, because we're going to put our camera right there on the top, and I like to have the microphone right next to the camera so it is all centered. But before we do that, we need to take this white cord, and we are going to plug the smaller end of it, the micro USB, into the back of the microphone, like so. And the other end is just a normal USB, and we're going to plug that into the same hub that we plug the tablet USB into. And we've also got our camera, which the cord stays attached. You don't need to worry about plugging that one in. And it also has a USB, which we're going to plug into that hub. I like to put the camera right in the center there. And so now here's that hub I've been talking about. I'm going to plug all 3 USB plugs into that hub, including the camera, the microphone, and one of the heads of the tablet right here. And then that tail of the hub can go directly into our laptop. And while we're plugging things into the laptop, I'm going to take that dongle we connected earlier and plug that into the display port on the laptop. And so this just leaves us really with the power cord for the laptop. Right now mine has plenty of energy, but if you need to plug yours in, you can unwrap it and it attaches right to the top left like so. And there's a nice little magnetic click into it, and then you can plug that directly into the wall. And so, and also you should be have an external hard drive with yours, and there's only one place to really plug it in. So I plug it in there. And you should have one more remaining USB hub open on the laptop itself. I like to plug this directly into the laptop and not through the hub, just because I think it makes for a faster experience. When you're transferring big data files, it doesn't need to go through the hub and to here, it can just go directly to the hard drive. So I'm going to plug that one in now. And that is all of the plugs. Lastly, we've got our little pen inkwell. I'm going to put that to the side, and in this little case we'll find the pen, and because I like to be neat, I'll just put it in this little inkwell. There are a couple other things you can add to this setup that aren't part of the default kit. The first thing is a tripod. Usually I recommend at least a foot or so. But what I like to do with this is take the camera and attach it so that it is mounted separately from the laptop lid. Depending on your own presentation style, you might find that the lid tends to shake if you put your hand on the desk or whatnot. And this can cause some vibrations in the lid, which will result in vibrations in the actual recording of the shot. And so if you can get it off the lid and maybe place it on this tripod behind here, you can give it a lot more stability, which will result in a better product. The second thing that I like to do is to take maybe a couple textbooks or I'm going to use a couple reams of paper, and I am going to place the laptop atop of those, and that makes for kind of a cleaner finish, and you get to have the tablet right in front of the laptop, and it's not blocking you from accessing the keyboard. You don't have to hurdle your hands over the tablet to get to the keyboard. Obviously this is blocking the camera that I have on the tripod, so I'm going to bring it over here and just put it on the corner for now. But I'll discuss alternative camera options that aren't just putting the camera directly in front of you in a future video. So now that we've got everything set up, it looks like we are ready to record.